So, hi everybody. Welcome back to our group. I know last week we made some real progress. We got to know each other a little bit, and I'm looking forward to today kind of just doing a check-in and further increasing the trust and the comfortability with our group so we can continue to grow together. So, I think I will start off with a little bit of a check-in. I'll go personally, just so that we can all kind of feel comfortable. In terms of anxiety for myself this week, it's been a pretty good week. The sun has been shining, and I find that that usually helps me have a better week and just feel better about life in general. So I can go ahead and toss it over to Madeline if she'd like to go.
Sure. Hi, everybody. So, I also had a pretty good week. I was able to work out, which is how I deal with my anxiety, and it was a great outlet. The sun shining is always helpful. It's been a little warm here in San Diego, but we love the sunshine, so all good things. How are you doing, Angelina?
No, I feel like life's kind of overwhelming. We have school and school's kind of too much. And then next week, or I guess this weekend now, is 4th of July. And then after the 4th of July is another thing that I have to do. And then I have to go on a family vacation and then work starts. And it just sounds like there's just so much going on. And I kind of don't, I'm kind of over, I'm just tired of it. There's too much to do and I don't really want to do it.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Angelina. And how about you, Erin?
My anxiety has been pretty bad. I'm really worried about my son. And so, really trying to help him get moved out of my house and trying to get him to get a job. And that's been really making me anxious because I just know that he can't keep living here. He's got two dogs and he has a girlfriend that spends the night. And I just need him to get his own place. I need him to so I know I'm kind of anxious if he's going to go through with it because I gave him a deadline. I told him he needs to move out by, July 15th and it's coming and he hasn't made any progress. So I'm anxious about that because, you know, I'm I'm trying to do stuff, I need and plus I need that room. So can't really do what I need to do if he's in that room and the dogs are everywhere and the girlfriend comes over. So it's been a lot.
It definitely
Yeah.
sounds like you have a lot on your plate, Erin. Are you doing anything to help manage your own anxiety for yourself?
I mean, yeah, I'm looking for a job from every day.
Well, that's you helping him out, but how are you helping you out?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying. I mean, helping him is helping me. You're only as good as your kids. Your kids aren't good, you're not good. Everybody knows that. So if I'm not helping him, then I'm not going to be good.
I'm definitely hearing what you're saying, but you can't help him unless you help yourself. So have you
Mm,
tried maybe even like we talked about some breathing techniques last week? We talked about,
I don't like that breathing. I don't like that breathing.
okay, that's fair. There's other techniques we could do. We talked about going and getting some sunshine. Is the
I'm not an
sunshine
outdoor person. I don't like being outside.
okay? Have you tried journaling or writing a to-do list? Maybe help clear your
I mean,
thoughts?
I would journal, but it's hard because the dogs are always barking and it's hard to think. So I don't know. Maybe I could journal, but I would feel better if he would get a job. I'm really anxious about that. I'm anxious that I'm not going to have that room when I need it and that, he's going to maybe say he gets a place but what if they don't take two dogs? Like he's got two German Shepherds. I'm going to be stuck with these dogs. Like even if he does find a place, like I'm just so worried about this. I don't, yeah, it's taking a toll on our relationship.
Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying, but some of that isn't in your control. Him getting a job is on him. Your son's old enough. He's old enough to rent a place. He's old enough to.
You don't even know my son though. Like, what do you mean he's old enough? Like, he's had a lot of challenges.
I'm not saying that he hasn't. What I'm saying is his lack of it seems like his lack of effort is affecting your anxiety. So, what can you do to take care of your anxiety? Because you can't control his effort.
Yeah, but I'm still like at the end of the day, like it's my house. At the end of the day, it's like my son. So really it is up to me. Like, I mean, do you have kids? Like, do you know what this is like?
No, I don't have kids,
So
but
see, like, how are you gonna like tell me to calm down when you don't even know how hard it is, like being a
let's
mom?
let's try to reframe this because I didn't tell you to calm down. I told you you need to take care of yourself. Do you
Yeah, and if
agree
I
with that statement?
not to interrupt you too, Madeline, just a quick, just Aaron, we're here in the group, and I know last time you talked about like wanting to manage your anxiety and like not worry as much about your kids and what was going on because like you said, it's messing with your relationship and you're even having like some physical symptoms. So I do think it's important to kind of bring that back to the forefront. Sorry not to interrupt you, Madeline, as well, but
No, please.
What do you want me to do? I mean, you've been, I don't know. He's my son. I take care of him.
yeah.
I mean, it definitely sounds like you're on the right track with it. I mean, you gave him a deadline and you gave him your expectations, which is great. That's all in your control. All I'm suggesting is that the stuff that's out of your control is what's triggering your anxiety, is what it seems like from what you've shared. And the
Hmm.
way you could kind of regroup and um, control and manage your anxiety is if you control what you can control. And it's those little things. I know the breathing exercises don't work and the journaling gets hard with the noise, and we can find something that works for you.
Hold on, this is my son texting. Oh, never mind. Thought he has an important. There's nothing. He asked me if I want some dinner. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna try, but
Quick question though. So in the past, has this always been like a dynamic with you and your son? Like you've just been really, really, I mean, I understand he's your son, right? And you seem like you're a really good mom, but also like, has this always been a pattern in terms of like your levels of concern with what he has going on in life?
one more time.
So like, has this been like something that you've consistently kind of like found yourself in terms of a pattern with different things happening in your son's life and
Yeah, I've always taken care of him. Always. I've always made sure he has what he needs.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, absolutely.
So do you think that after, being such a good mom and making sure that you've been so there for him, like, do you think that he's like learned to stand on his own feet or get maybe not entirely learn, because I know kids can take a while, right? But
Yeah,
just learn some skills maybe so that like if you did take a step back for your own health and safety and well-being, that like he would be okay?
I don't know. But that's why I came to this group, right? Because that's
Yeah.
what I want to be able to do.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm here. I'm hoping that you guys can help me, you know what I'm saying? Like with all of this, because
Yeah.
it's really hard. I have a lot of like sleepless nights and stuff. So, I'm super worried. Like I want my son to be okay, but I also need that room.
Yeah.
No. And he doesn't seem like he's getting a job. So he could be, I don't know. I try to talk to him about it, but he's always like, later, mom, or me and my girl are going to go out. And so I don't want to be like a nag because I want him to be like my best friend still. So I don't want him to be mad at me, but I want to just ask him like, hey, are you doing what I asked you to do?
Yeah. What you're experiencing is like so normal for a parent to be going through, especially a mom, right? Because like we love our kids, we love them so much, but we also have to make sure that like we as people have something of ourselves to give, right? And so, like you said already, like it's caused you sleepless nights and it's just been such a difficult situation. And so, like, we are here, we're all here together to like help give you some techniques, like we were talking to Madeline about, like in terms of things that would help you kind of manage the anxieties and the overwhelming feelings and everything else you're talking about. So
Mhm.
just one more question in that like kind of line is just like, is there anything in the past that has helped you like relieve some of these anxious feelings? Because I know you said like being in the sunshine maybe isn't your jam and working out is not your thing, like so anything that's been helpful in this safe space. So whatever works.
I mean, there's just one guy I like to see sometimes, but
And he be relieving your stress?
Sometimes.
Okay, okay. That sounds like something you're doing for you. And you
Yeah.
realize how important that is, right?
That's why I need that room.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Right. So that if people want to come over, if I want to have friends over, I have a place to entertain because I want to make that into like a den. Like I want to make that like a really like a chill spot. Because I just need a place for all my things. I have lots of things I'm working on in the house. Like I just need that space. So that's why I'm saying like he needs to find a place for these dogs. I can't have people over here with those big dogs. They jump on people. There's hair everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a lot.
Sounds like it's really important for this to work out for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very a big step to like understand why we're doing what we're doing to confront like, the feelings that we may have about situations.
Hmm.
Well, I can say that we can keep working on this and we'll keep moving forward with it. But just in terms of specifically the anxiety, I want you to understand that like you are making progress even just by like identifying your goals and like continuing to move forward with like why you're doing what you're doing, you know?
And even
Okay.
just showing up, you care enough to invest in yourself with this and invest the time and the effort to do it. And I don't want you to get discouraged about it not progressing on a timetable that you think it should progress on. Because you've
Okay.
made huge steps and that's great.
Okay.
We care about you and we want you to continue to grow and in that direction.
Okay. I'm gonna keep coming.
It's good to hear. Angelina, how are you doing?
No, that was kind of a long time on her. I felt like I had some things to say, but I kind of like forgot about them now.
Well, I have a lot going on with my son.
I understand. We all do, though.
Well, do
So Angelina, we want to hear about what's going on, and we know we had some time talking to Aaron, but I think that that was definitely necessary. So if you would like to share as well, we'd love to hear it.
Well, just July is going to be a stressful month. I mean, we have school and then I go back to work in August, and I feel like I haven't had any time for myself, and it's causing me a lot of anxiety. I mean, I don't know what to do. That's why I came here.
Mhm. So I know we talked a little bit to Aaron about like some of the coping mechanisms with anxiety, and like Madeline mentioned some as well. So like, have you employed any of those, or like, do those sound appealing to you at all?
I mean, breathing's fine and going outside is fine, but that still doesn't like really fix the fact that I have school and to hang out with my family and a bunch of other things. Like it doesn't make the anxiety go away. It's kind of just fixing it in the moment.
Mhm. So is it the activities themselves? Do you feel like they're individually causing the anxiety? Like, do you feel like the anxiety is related to things within school or people within your family, or do you just feel like the overwhelm of all of it happening at the same time is like the cause of the anxiety, you know?
I feel like I have just like a lot all at once and it's like too much to handle.
Mhm. So just like the generalized things happening in life, it feels like it's like overwhelming you with your anxieties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And has it always felt like that?
Just when it gets like to like when some like things start piling on top of each other, then yeah. Like
Mhm.
if I can handle like one anxious thing at a time, then like it's cool. But when there's a lot going on at once, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So you're just looking for like the management of each of these individual things, like being a little bit less overwhelmed with it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So has schedules been like in what am I trying to say? Like, have you infused scheduling into your life at all to kind of like help with like the predictability of things that are coming up as to not have the uncertainty of the anxiety?
I mean, I have like all types of calendars and stuff, but like how many schedules could I possibly have without feeling anxious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you tried doing like a, instead of having a calendar, because I know sometimes that could be really anxiety provoking, have you tried making like a to-do list that you could physically like mark off when you complete a task? I know it's getting the
Like,
nitty gritty, but
well, like with a pen and paper or like
yeah,
on,
like an actual pen and paper where you have to physically like mark it off and you get the satisfaction of marking it off.
not really. I feel like people don't really have a lot of pens and paper now, but I guess I could find some.
I love a good pen and paper.
Yeah, I do it for everything. It's the only way I can stay organized. Or another way, though, this is a little more wasteful. If you buy like the smaller Post-its, that way you could like take it off the wall and crumple it up and finish it to kind of like connect your anxiety to something physical that you're doing to help kind of relieve it.
I haven't tried that. I can.
I think it might be helpful just to help organize everything to where, because a lot of times when we're feeling that overwhelming, like everything's piling up, it almost feels like a tsunami, right? Like there's just too much and you don't even know where to start. Um, so it's almost like by making like a to-do list, you're able to hit even what seems the smaller items of whatever are on that to-do list, you're able to hit it and you're able to do one thing and it kind of gives you the energy to do something else is the thought process behind it.
I can try. And what the hell? We're going to be here for 15 weeks. I might as well.
Well, thank you for your bits and pieces and tidbits that you added there. Those tips, that were great, Madeline. And also thank you, Angelina, for kind of like opening up and like sharing what you're going through and how the anxiety is affecting your life. And same thing to you, Erin. We appreciate you sharing with us about like your motivations and stuff. It definitely seems like both of you are being affected by anxiety, but in different ways, and I want to encourage both of you to continue to kind of take deep breaths and like practice the things that we have talked about so far in a group. Because even if you think it doesn't work, I think that like time and evidence-based practice, all those other things prove that they can have positive effects if you just like try consistently. So I want to end off this session this week with encouraging you guys to try the techniques we talked about, and we'll come back next week. And if you have anything else to add, Madeline.
Just appreciate you guys showing up and your vulnerability and your honesty. And we are here if you ever need anything, especially now between now and our next group session. So we will see you next week.
All right.
Thanks.